Today we would like to talk about the racket being the extension of your arm. This idea is really great because if you think of the racket as part of your arm and that you are actually playing with it and you're controlling with it, that means just by moving your wrist in certain ways, you can change the direction of the ball, you can add more spin, you can play more touch, especially in softer games or in really, really interesting game situations when it requires to have a fine adjustments. So if you just look at the racket as an item that you hold in your hand and if it feels really heavy and you just have to like swing to hit it or like hold on to it so tightly that you can't actually swing freely because it's so heavy and you can't really maneuver it, that's a sign that the racket has to be a little bit lighter, because you have to try to transfer all your feelings that you have in your hand into the racket. So this becomes basically the palm of your hand. Obviously, you do not create power with your wrist. You do not try to hit with your wrist or do anything extraordinary with it. What you do with your wrist is fine adjustments. You feel when the ball is trying to open it up and you're trying to kind of like hold it more so that it doesn't open up your racket face. You have to try to create the feelings that you feel when you hit here or up here. You have to feel if you spin, you hit flat or you slice. In order to create that feeling with your racket, try to play around with the ball more. Try to just bounce it more, maybe up, down, doesn't matter. Like catch the ball. Everything you do, you just have to make it become a item that you completely feel and control. I think some people can relate to it. I think that, for example, whoever uses chopsticks when they eat, I've seen people have a great feeling with them. They can pick up small items. They feel what's on the tip of their chopsticks. They can really maneuver them and they have no problem of controlling them. So it's similar to what has to happen with your racket. It must not be a burden. It actually helps you, because imagine if you would like to hit with your hand, actually with your hand, you can't really hit hard because, well, you don't have the strings, you don't have the power, but now your palm is upgraded. It's upgraded to the perfect surface, to the perfect materials that can allow you to hit the ball really, really hard. And by moving your wrist slightly, by tilting it, by setting the angles, that's how you get control of directions and that's how you can place the balls. Of course, aside from the actual swing path, that if you are hitting in a certain direction, especially if you're hitting hard, you have to have your swing path falling through that direction. But what I'm talking about here is more fine adjustments with the racket head. And that means that you have to easily hold your racket. It must not be heavy in your hand. It has to be easy to maneuver it anywhere, overhead, volleys, ground strokes. There must be no tension whatsoever. In that case, then you can try to do your movements and be sure that strength is not holding you back from hitting your perfect shots. Because unfortunately, sometimes if you have to fight with the weight of your racket, if the racket is too heavy for you and you cannot move your wrist around, I'm not talking about hitting the ball, but just without the ball freely, then it's hard for you to withstand the force of the ball even, right? But remember, we talked about this a lot. You always have to hold on tight to your racket. You never hold a loose wrist when you hit. And the harder you hit, the harder you hold on. But that doesn't mean that your swing becomes more tight. No, this just means that the chain does not break. If you hold on super tight to your racket, that is when the chain is unbreakable. But the racket head still moves faster and still moves fast through the ball, just like this. Because any movement that we need to do with the racket head does not prevent us, if we squeeze, if we squeeze our fingers and hold tighter to the racket. So make sure you develop feeling with the racket head, that you make it the extension of your arm. So now your palm is right here. You feel the ball, you can control the ball. And remember to hold on tighter so that when you hit hard, that your racket does not get hit out of your hand. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.